Hello guys, Andrew Gamer GTA right back with another Red Dead Redemption 2 video. Now before you berate me in the comments, because I know you guys are going to berate me on the comments, um, I know I've done several honor earning videos, tutorials, and all of that, but this is legitimately the best method in earning honor. It does not require a fishing rod. You can do it as early as chapter 2. This is by far the best way. If it's more quiet in my room, then you know why, but um, because my fan turned off. I have my fan turned off. Well, it didn't turn off, I turned it off myself. But yeah. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and switch to my controller so that way you guys can actually hear me better because I know my headset's a piece of crap.
Alright, so in this video, again, I'll be showing you guys the best method to actually earn honor in Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, this, like I said, does not require anything. It only requires strategic, not really strategic, but that's not the best word, but it's very effective, this method, and it doesn't require any fishing rod, which is crucial for that, because my last video I did for earning honor requires a fishing rod, but this does not require a fishing rod. You do not need to use a fishing rod. You do not need to go fishing in order to get honor this way. All you're going to need to do is go to Saint Denis, which again you can do as early as chapter 2. Now, again, if you have a bounty here, that's okay. Um, you can just save your game if you have a bounty in Lemoyne, which that's where Saint Denis is in the state of Lemoyne. If you have a Lemoyne bounty, just save in Saint Denis. It will force the law to cool off if they're aggro, so that way you can go in their vicinity range. Now, as you can see, my honor here, it's it's decent, not too bad, not too shabby. It's pretty good, but we're going to be increasing it today, pretty quickly by using this method. And all you're going to do is you're going to greet people. Um, and there's two main areas that you want to greet people in to make this very effective. Um, Now, okay, I know this is going to sound very stupid, but you're going to want to also wear a mask. Now, I know this is very stupid and it doesn't sound like a good thing to do because, well, hypothetically, if you wear a mask, people are not going to take too kindly to you wearing a mask and they might find you suspicious. But in hindsight, it's actually the best way to do this. And the reason why is for a couple different reasons. One, say you have just caused chaos and started a shootout in one location. If you come back to that location a little bit later, the townsfolk are not going to take too kindly and they'll remember your past actions. And when you greet these people, they might immediately go aggro on you, even if you're nice to them. So wearing a mask will prevent this from happening, and you don't need to worry about that. Um, Another thing, and this is the most important, crucial part about this, is wearing a mask also disables you from greeting the same person twice in a row. Now, this is really important because greeting the same person, and this is really, 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 really important, so pay attention to what I'm about to say. Uh, Greeting the same person 3 times in a row does not grant you honor. You have to greet 3 separate people in order to grant yourself some honor. So, again, very important. Greeting the same person 3 times in a row, which is the limit, does not get you honor. It's very important. And wearing the mask will prevent you from being able to greet the same person. Now, this is going to save you a lot of time because greeting the same person accidentally will waste a lot of time without getting any honor. So it's not really good, and it prevents you from doing this effectively. So wearing the mask is very crucial for this. Just be careful to not run into any lawmen, because if you go into any lawmen, then they're going to ask you to take your mask off, and if you don't listen, well, obviously you're going to get in trouble. So just don't go into the lawman's view, okay? Now, like I said earlier, there are two main areas that you want to kind of circulate to get a ton of honor, like very, 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 very quickly. Now, greeting people does grant effective honor if you do it the right way. Again, as I said earlier, and I just said why, the best way to greet people is to wear a mask, and to greet the same, not to greet the same person 3 times in a row. You want to greet 3 separate people, and you'll be good to go. And the mask prevents you from greeting the same person twice in a row. So that's good, and it saves you a lot of time. Now, the next thing that I want to mention, and it's optional. However, I recommend not doing it, and that's riding your horse. Now, people say that riding your horse grants you more honor than if you were on foot for greeting people, but I can safely confirm that this is not true. You get the same amount of honor regardless if you're on foot or on horseback. It does not matter if you're on horseback or if you're on foot, you will still get the same amount of honor for greeting people. But the problem with riding on a horse is if you are not careful enough and if you accidentally bump into people and trample them with your horse, you will lose honor because it's a negative action. So uh, I don't recommend using the horse. I don't recommend riding your horse. That's just personal preference, though. You can use the horse if you want, but I personally don't recommend it. So this is the first place you're going to want to go. There's a lot of people. It's the dock. Just be careful to the right there because there are a couple of lawmen kind of looking around, making sure no one's causing trouble. So just be careful. Don't go into their view. We're going to go to the left here. And you can see there's a lot of people here for the picking, for greeting. And the next area is right up here to my left. It's also worth mentioning that you can do this as John too. So it's not limited to one character. You can do this in John. You can do this as John in the epilogue too. So it's a good way to increase both Arthur's honor and John's honor. If you're playing as John in the epilogue, or if you're playing as Arthur before the epilogue, post epilogue. This method is really, really effective even in the earlier chapters, but it's even more effective in Chapter 6, since in Chapter 6, you get a 1.5 multiplier to your honor gains and losses. So, being in Chapter 6 will really, really, really help you. Now, it's also worth mentioning that there are a couple of caveats to this strategy before I show you guys the second location. Number one, do not try this method when it's raining. If it's raining, then people are going to be indoors and taking shelter, and there are not going to be many people out in the open because they're avoiding to get wet. They're taking shelter. So do not do this while it's raining. Another thing, too, is do not do it at night because, well, just like raining, people are mostly indoors but sleeping this time around because, well, it's nighttime. So, again, do this during the day and make sure it's clear weather. Make sure it's either foggy, cloudy, or sunny. Just make sure it's not raining because, like I said, raining are going to be. If it's raining, people are going to be taking shelter because of it raining, and they're going to avoid getting wet. So don't try to do this if it's raining. That is a caveat, but to avoid or bypass the rain quicker, you can just go to your hotel, go to the hotel room in Symphony, and just go to sleep, and that'll pass the rain. If it's nighttime, just sleep until morning. Simple as that. Like I said, if it rains, uh, do not try this method because, like I said earlier, it's going to be ineffective due to people taking shelter because they're avoiding to get wet. Now, this is the second best place to get honor, maybe even the best, and that is the flea market in Symphony, right by the Trapper. There are tons of people here. And as you can see, you can just see the honor symbol just popping up like every 3 seconds for me because, well, this is crowded with people. It's literally it's literally easy pickings for honor gain right here. Like it literally is the easiest way to get honor. You don't need a fishing rod, and the best part about it is too is the reason why this is so effective is the places are far enough apart to where you can go back and forth, and NPCs will reset. So you go back and forth, and you can greet people. Now, I did get unfortunate here because it did start raining, so I was unable to continue at this point, so I had to sleep. And knowing that the people would not be there anymore because of the rain, I went to sleep. So I went to the saloon, and, well, I went to sleep. Um, so, yeah. You can see a lot of the problems here, though, with the rain, though. The rain can kind of get in the way because it prevents you from doing this being this method really effectively. But the people here are on the dock still, so I can greet these people and show you. I was here earlier and they reset. So as you can see, I can greet these new people to get honor again and get honor from these new people. And as you can see, my honor just went up again. So now we're one step honor back from getting to the cap because I'm only in chapter 2 on this footage that you're seeing on screen. If I was in chapter 6, then I could get to positive 8, aka the max, but I'm not in chapter 6, I'm in chapter 2, so I can't actually do that. But see, I want to go ahead and skip this part to the next morning because, like I said, uh, it's raining and I can't. I'm knowing that I can't do this effectively. I go to sleep because of the rain because people are taking shelter and they're not going to be out as much. So we're going to. I want to go ahead and cut to the morning, and I'll see you guys there. Okay, so now I have cut to right here. It's morning, as you can see. It's no longer raining. It is cloudy, but it ain't raining, so that's not going to affect. That's not going to really harm us in terms of getting honor here. So yeah. Um, again, um, so as I said earlier at the beginning of the video, do this Santa name. That's the biggest thing. If you have a bounty here, it's okay. You can just wear your mask. You can save your if you've just committed a crime like a major crime like I don't know uh, murdering somebody or robbing somebody, you can just sleep after getting the law aggro on you to cool them down quicker. It basically resets their anger level. So if you even if you have a bounty there and if you go in front of a lawman's face, you don't get in trouble. Even if you have a bounty. I know this might sound stupid, but it's true because normally, if the law are angry at you, you will see these dark red blips on the radar, indicating that if you go in their range, well, you will get in trouble. So, and if that happens, it will get in the way of being able to do this effectively because, well, you can't greet people if you are wanted. So yeah. Again, I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look how many people are here. You can just see the positive freaking you just see the positive honor symbol pop up like every 2 seconds. Like it does, while it does grant you a very small amount of honor, that many times and this many people, it will eventually start to add up. You will eventually get honor. It does take quite a few greetings to go up an honor level, but it does not disappoint this method. It is very, 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 very effective. You do not need to kick out Strauss either, which I know. Okay, I have over 1,400 hours in the game now, which I know that's nothing to brag about because I know there's like legendary Red Dead Redemption 2 players that have like 7,000 hours or even 10,000 hours. I know that, but I have seen and I've known about some great honor level making missions, such as the debt missions for Harry Strauss. Now the problem with those missions are once they're done, you can't do them again. So you kick out Strauss, you get a lot of honor for it for absolving the debts that he gives you, but that's the one time done thing. You cannot do that again to get a lot of honor for it. This, however, is completely ambient, and you can do it as many times as you want. I mean, look at this. Look how much honor I'm getting just from greeting these people. Yes, I haven't got an honor level just yet, but I will in just a second, I think, if I remember this footage correctly. Like I said, it is by far the most effective way. Again, you don't need a fishing rod either. All you need to do is complete chapter 1. That's all you need to do. If you know where Saint Denis is, if you know where Lemoyne is, which is just right of Scarlet Meadows, kind of southwest of Rhodes, then you're going to be good to go. It's again, this method is completely it's it's golden. All right, there's not much else to say about it. And if you are lucky enough, if you were kind of crazy enough to wait until nighttime, you can encounter rats. The thing is, though, they are very rare to stumble upon. So I would just recommend just staying up until nighttime when the NPCs go to sleep, and then you go to the saloon, rent a room, go to sleep, go to the morning, and you just reset the process. And yeah, and as you can see, my honor just bumped up again. So even though it's very small pickings for each honor gain here, it will eventually add up. you will eventually get honor ranks from doing this. It does take a while, but with all the effective greeting that you will constantly see with that honor symbol, the one that pops up to the right, you will constantly get honor for this. It's inevitable. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, you just want to alternate between the docks, kind of southern of the flea market, like southern uh, east or southern west docks. Those two places have the most NPCs, and you can easily greet all of the people there for easy honor pickings. It is, again, by far the best method. I've tested this. You can go from -6 to +6 within hours, not within minutes. By far the best. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys next one. Peace out.